Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation and some may say the world. Today I have Dan and James with me. No Lucas. He is on hiatus. I believe it's his hunting ability that is in question. That's why he's gone missing.
Definitely.
Not that he has work or anything, but no. James, how you going, mate?
Yeah, look, I'm definitely better this week. Still recovering, so if I'm a bit flat, sorry to all the couchies out there, but yeah, ready to rip in this week.
Yeah,
I heard you had the man flu, mate.
Yeah, horrible case of man flu.
That's never good.
Nah.
It is one of the worst things in the world, the man flu. And look, we're glad you're back, James. We are glad you're back. Dan, mate, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Had a quiet weekend, just chilling out.
Yeah.
Watched some footy. Yeah.
What's the Dragons?
Yeah.
That's also why Lucas isn't here because the Tigers are shit.
Yeah, he's too busy crying in a hole somewhere.
And Brendan, how have you been? Hey,
mate,
finally remembered.
Yeah, thanks. Look, I'm all right. A little dusty. Had a pretty big weekend, but you know, I'm here as usual. Never go missing for our couchies, mate. Always here. But you know, we go into accountability. That's where I probably will go missing for the last couple of weeks now. Me and Lucas, not so good. Didn't get a place.
Woo!
Dan
I guess I can lean over.
and James just Eiffel Towered me. But they also got a win each. Dan, mate,
time.
you got to watch your race. So
Yeah, I watched the replay today.
yeah.
I never watched the races on the Saturday.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my horse, Zoo Gotcha, had sat up the front the whole race and then just
Bulleted past
Bullet home.
Lady Laguna.
Yeah.
I was on the Laguna. Sorry to back against you, Dan, but with your track form, I wasn't going to back with you. And
I got a win on the board
got
before the
the
NRL
win.
started.
yeah, good, mate.
And NRL bet's coming soon now.
Hey, yo. Dragons 13 plus. James, you watch your race at all?
Yeah, I did watch my race. I actually missed it live, so great work by me, not getting a bet on it for myself. But watched it back on the replay, Campionessa. Look, the race was a bit closer than I would have liked it. I was correct in Gold Trip, just not being at top pace coming back from its spell. But Vow and Declare, it's always a horse that you're sort of cautious about. It almost got the job done and pipped me, but yeah, Campionessa too good in the end.
Yeah, good, mate. Very nice. Back in winning ways for the punters. Hopefully this week, the multi. The
multis.
We want to get that.
I think you let it down, didn't you?
Yeah, me and Lucas
Well,
both
you're the
didn't.
first one
Yeah,
to let it down.
obviously, yeah. Oh, yikes! We'll get into that a little bit later, but also look forward to not just the horse racing multi, but the try scorer multis are back this week, lads.
Yes.
The anytime try scorer, so that'll be
Well,
good.
do we wait till next week because there's only 2 games on this week.
Isn't it a full round? What?
No, it's
No,
2 games this
two
week.
games.
It's the 2
That's
Sunday,
that's
Sunday
the.
Vegas games, and then
Oh wow,
the rest of the round is next week.
that's crazy.
It's sort of
It's
weird how they
weird.
did it, but
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
we'll get into that a little later, but that is fucking weird. PBL, come on. But cricket chat, gentlemen. James, you weren't here last week, so the fans cried, but you're here this week.
yeah, that's so there's been a little bit of cricket that's gone on in between. I won't bore you to death with all of it because it's again been 2 weeks worth. But recently we've went over to our brothers across the ditch, NZ, to play in a couple of. First off, we've had 3 T20 matches. Got the brooms out. We swept them, guys.
Hey, yo. Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. The first game was very interesting. It was a good watch. You may have seen some news around this one because it was a record chase. Like I think it was like 6th highest or something. We had to chase 215. We scored. Tim David scored the runs in the last over. I think it was last ball. We needed like 30 something in the last 2 overs. We got the job done.
Yeah, I did see
Not
that.
only in the last over, it was the last ball.
Yeah.
He hit a 4.
Last ball 4.
So like that was quite impressive. The second one we stomped them, and the third one on Sunday, that was a bit of a disappointment. It was a rain affected game. Yeah, ended up just being too good. So the other cricket that's been going on, and it's been a fun pastime of me just to keep track of the scores, keep an ear to the internet, see the whinging Poms, the laughing Indians, because England have shit the bed not only once but twice in the last 2 test matches against India. Bazball has Bazballed themselves. I'll take you back to the last test match. I think it was after day 2 or day 3. England were in a commanding position. I think they were up by 100 or so runs. It looked like they could not be beat. And yeah, they found a way to get collapse, give India not too huge a total to chase, and they chased it comfortably. And this time around, would you guess what's happened?
Yeah, collapse again, maybe.
Yeah, no. So they bat well. So in the last one, they got, especially Joe Root, got criticised for throwing away his wicket, and a fair few of them did, but especially Joe Root, because he's a world-class batter. But through this Bazball, his numbers have not been the same as what he was putting out beforehand. Did you guys see the footage of him reverse lapping a ball straight to slip?
No.
Yes.
Well, it's been called one of the worst cricket shots in history.
Oh, jeez. Okay, no, now I need to watch it.
Yeah. So that was the last test match. So he's come into this current test match. They start day 1. England bat. He bats back to the normal way of batting and scores a nice 100 off 200 balls.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like just while everyone else is falling around him doing Bazball stuff.
Yeah. That is stupidity. Go back to Bazball.
They get out to a nice competitive like 350 on a deck that you can tell is going to have some stuff going on. India has to bat last, so like England's in a great position. I think they go into at the end of day 2, right? I think they are still leading India by like 140 or something. India's down like 5 or 6 wickets. It looks like England's really just in a, again, demanding position. And then they get sloppy with the bowling. India get to 40, and then they got out, I think, yesterday for about 140 odd. Giving India, again, a relatively small chase that they're probably smashing down the runs right now as we speak. But they were 0 for 40 going into stumps yesterday. I'll quickly bring up the numbers because that game could be close to over.
Well, we get a live update right now, so
it's been just great to hear some of the whinging and the excuses from the Poms. There's been a bit of chat about the DRS system and is it working? Is there problems with the technology? Ben Stokes seems to think there is, especially when he gets out to it. I don't know if anyone's explained to him that the reason why we use umpire's call is because the technology isn't accurate. That's the whole reason we do it.
Is it in the spirit of the game, James?
Yeah, they win in every moral. In one sentence, Ben Stokes questioned the technology and then also said, but I don't want to give excuses.
Oh my God.
Ben Duckett had an absolute great quote, and he's only been ripped apart a little bit for it. Jaiswal, a young Indian batsman that's absolutely killed at this series. He's scored 2 double centuries in 3 tests. Anyway, so he, in the second test, I want to say, or I don't know, in a test, who cares? But anyway, he scored a really quick 100 and then went on to score 200, but he really took the game away from England in that test. And Duckett comes out and says, well, really, you got to thank us for that forward method of the game and exciting cricket, because we've really brought that into Test cricket.
Like, they created it.
Like no one's ever batted aggressively in the history of Test cricket. It's an absolute shocker. Yeah, so they need so they're at 5 for 126. So the game is on the line. Actually, they must be bowling pretty well today. So who knows? England could pull off another miracle, or India could win this series today.
And England could shit the bed.
Yeah, England are good for another bed shit. They seem to be good for one every 2 days.
Like, they must go through some bed sheets, honestly.
Oh, mate. It's not the Indian curry that will get you. It's just the England cricket team. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the cricket. Haven't kept my ear around it too much else. The women's IPL has started, but look, I won't be watching the men's IPL, so I won't be watching the women's either. I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. to watch pajama cricket. All right, so that's the cricket.
That's the cricket. I did see one thing today. I don't know if you would have seen it. Caldwell had a bowl and catch. Did you see that?
I was on the call and I didn't see the video, but
it was a pretty great. You know who Caldwell is? A big thickie.
Yeah.
He bowls it. It hits like he had to like dive, one hand catch, screamer, mate. That's
I remember when we brought him up about this time last year.
yeah. Well,
I was disappointed he didn't come out for the West Indies tour.
Would
I
have
was
been good.
begging for it.
Would have been nice seeing him have a beer out in Australia.
Sorry, on the domestic level, because we all care about
Yeah.
domestic cricket. Western Australia won the Sean Marsh Cup. I think, who knows, like the 3rd year in a row or something like that.
In Australia. Good stuff, James. Good stuff. Great to have cricket chat back. But now, Dan, we're going to head over to you for Guess the Athlete.
No way, we're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
Let's come back.
Alrighty. Lucky I kind of already read the script and already knew about it. Actually, no, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Ooh.
Alright. I'm going to throw it to both of you because, like, you know, it's the first time it's come back in
We're out of practice.
fuck knows how long. I'll give you 60 seconds to guess the athlete.
I get all my best work done in 60 seconds, Dan. Don't you worry.
I'm about 10 seconds, so you're about 50 seconds better than me. But anyway, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
NRL.
Yes. Easy one to
We've
start
cracked
off.
the code.
Sydney.
Yes.
Sharks.
No.
Bulldogs.
No.
Dragons.
No.
Parramatta.
No.
Rabbitohs.
No.
Roosters.
No.
Manly.
No.
What other teams haven't we
Bulldogs.
No.
said? Tigers.
No.
I swear that's every Sydney
Current
team.
player.
No.
Okay, so it's not a current player. North Sydney Bears.
No.
What Sydney team are we missing?
You're
You're not saying Newcastle, Sydney.
No, I'm not. 30 seconds.
NRL team? Like, not New South Wales Cup?
They are a New South Wales Cup team, but they used to be an NRL team.
Newtown Jets.
Nope.
Steelers?
Nope.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Right, time's up. I'll give you a hint.
Can you give us the team? Is it Wentworth or something like that?
Balmain.
Balmain, okay.
And Tigers.
That's West Tigers.
Yeah, well, we've locked it down to Balmain. I have an answer that I'm thinking.
I'm for some reason I'm saying Wayne Pearce.
I'm thinking Blocker Roach. Didn't he fucking play for
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Where would Dan's brain go? You know?
Think amazing.
Good stuff. Oh, we're so close, but so far. But no, good to have it back. I enjoy that. Now, there was a UFC fight night on. I don't know if you two gentlemen seen it, but
No fucking clue.
Watched a little bit of it. But
versus Marino 2. And there was also a co-main event, which I was more interested in, which was Ortega versus Rodriguez, number 2 as well. Their last fight ended with a technical knockout because his shoulder popped out, Ortega. So,
Lovely.
he didn't really get the win. So it was interesting to see how it would go this time. This time, had him lit up on the feet. So Ortega went to the ground, and that's where he found success in winning by submission. He got him in a choke, and he squeezed for dear life because Herb Dean came up to stop him, and it took him an extra 5 seconds before he actually released. From the choke. But he reckons he had an infection in his ears, couldn't hear or something like that. But
Why are you fighting if you've got infection in your ear?
But no, that was a good fight because it kind of shows maybe who will be next for Tapuria if Volk doesn't have the immediate rematch. But there was also the main event, Royval versus Moreno, Brandon versus Brandon, a couple of Brandons. So Brandon had to watch it.
Did a Brandon win?
Brandon did win,
Oh,
and it was actually very controversial. The fans are outraged that Moreno lost in a split decision. So 48-47, 2 judges scored it, and then there was one judge that scored it 49-46, which is what everyone's pissed off about is this guy was not even close to like.
Yeah.
He gave one of them 2 extra points.
Yeah. So Moreno fans think he's robbed, but it was also in Mexico where he's from. So I guess the
Yeah.
fans wouldn't.
The
be too
Mexicans
happy.
had a bad outing, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't the best for the Mexicans. That's probably why it led to the next thing that I wanted to bring up. The best fight of the night was the fight in the crowd. My God, Dana, like in a press conference, got asked, "Is it a bad look for the sport?" Dana's like, "No, I don't think it is. You don't see it too often. It was."
It was only 3 weeks ago. Strickland and Duplessis fight in the
But this
crowd.
was like a legit fight between fans, like
okay, it wasn't
full on
yeah.
fist. Some bloke, one guy, like knocked one guy like down to the ground, and then like his hat falls off, knocks another guy out. Like the other bloke went stiff legged back, picks up his hat, puts it back on, and then walks off. I'm like, holy shit!
Did he
Alright,
sign
I'm
a
out.
contract before leaving?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Put him in the heavyweight division, and he'll go work wonders. But yeah, no, that fight, and then like there was no security guard that stood in and like tried to stop the fight at all. They just let it happen.
He's just
Well,
knocked
like,
out 2 cunts.
good.
Would you want to step in?
Very true. That's true, but that's pretty much the UFC. I mean, for that fight, the 2 fighters might get a chance. One of them, Royval, might get to fight Pantoja, but they already fought recently, so there wasn't really much to go off that fight as well. Pantoja just laid on him the whole time, so I don't know. that as Lucas always says with that weight division, the flyweights are fucking shit. But yeah, that's UFC talk done. Now we go to listener questions. I don't have Lucas to ask him this week, which is tough. So now I've got to back up into it. The listener questions, we got a couple this week. We have one from Matty C, loyal listener of the podcast. If you had to run at one NRL player out of these players, who would it be? Steve Matai, Justin Olam, and Kafusi.
And Molly Alaquat.
Oh, Hamoli Olakawat. Why did he question it though?
No, I did that.
Oh,
Because he just wrote Kafusi.
yeah.
Who fucking knows which one?
Yeah.
Finn Diesel, mate.
Yeah.
Finn Diesel.
Yeah, I knew he meant
Felice.
fucking Felice, but I was just being a dickhead.
Yeah, so we have 4 options. Matai, Olam, Kafusi, Hamole. James, who you running at?
Am I running at retired Steve Matai or prime Steve Matai?
Yeah.
For the question, we'll make him prime.
Okay, prime Matai.
Out of there. Look, I feel like going Olaquadu, but I think that's what Dan put in, so that's not what Maddie wants to hear. Oh, did Maddie have...
Maddie put Olaquatu in as
Okay,
well.
then I'll go, I'll go Olaquadu. He doesn't have the hit list that the other 3 have. Although
Yeah.
Kafusi really only did it last year, but he was putting on some huge shots last year. Olaquadu's best one was in combination with somebody else on Olam. But yeah, I'll go Olaquatu.
Okay, lock that in. Dan, mate, who are you running at?
Like, I'm probably bigger than all of them,
That's true.
but in this situation, size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because as we've seen with Steve Matai, he's put anyone on his ass. Justin Olam doesn't occasionally. As James said, Kafusi did it last year, and Hamole just is Hamole. So I might go Kafusi.
Lock it in, Kafusi.
Yeah, I'll go Felice Kafusi.
All right. Well, who I would pick here is I'm thought who's the player who'll miss the most tackles. Now, one bloke has recently signed with the worst club out of the competition, Justin Olam. So if I was to run straight at Justin Olam, I think I have a 50% chance of making it through and getting a try. So I'm going to take that, and I'll be running at.
But what if he's wearing a Melbourne jersey instead of...
I mean, he put a good hit on Saturday night against the Dragons.
Yeah, look, he's a good tackle. I'm just chatting shit. I like my odds of maybe trying to step him, run straight.
I mean, if I'm a big guy, and like I'm running at Justin Olam, and like say Jaden Sullivan's on his inside, I'm running on his inside shoulder and trying to run through both of them.
You fool. That's how he gets under your ribs.
Yeah, true.
That's well, that was a good question again, Matt, and look forward to more questions from you. Oh wait, there's another. If you had to pick any of our mates to be a Swiftie, who would it be? So he's asking which one of our mates would be a Taylor Swift fan. Dan, mate, who do you think would be the fan?
Fuck. I have no fucking clue. I'm just gonna say Lucas for what he said the other week on the podcast.
Yeah.
But he likes his country music, and she started off country.
Yeah.
And he likes Taylor Swift, what we found out from the podcast. James, mate, who you picking?
I'm going Farlow. Like,
Yeah.
That's actually a really good answer.
got the blonde hair, he's got the blue eyes. Mallory's a big fan, so like he's probably heard it a bunch in the car. I wouldn't be surprised if he sings along. Like, would it surprise you if he actually went to the concert with her, but just was taking the photos?
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, honestly.
So yeah, my bet's on Farlow.
Nice. Well, I was thinking similar to Dan, but I don't want to take his decision because like country music's so similar to Taylor Swift. So Lucas probably has her in his playlist. But I'm gonna go to the person who asked this question, Maddie C. Because out of all my mates, I've never called Taylor Swift fans Swifties. So maybe it's coming from a fellow Swiftie.
Fellow Swifty, you
Oh,
say
shit.
you're a Swifty yourself?
Change my answer.
Lock in Brennan.
But yeah, I think Maddie C probably plays Romeo and Juliet on repeat. Love story order. I know all these songs. Am I a Swift fan? I don't know. Yeah, no, good stuff, Matt. Good stuff. Look forward to your questions next week. But now we go to another loyal listener, Kyle. Mate, he has asked, dream NRL team, which current players? One from each club. Wow. Okay, so are we going to... how are we going to do this?
I reckon I just came up with this in my head.
Okay.
We do each position as a collaborative thing.
Mm,
Like we decide on a player. Like it might take a while.
this could take a while, but...
All right, I'll quickly start us off. Right, we go Ponga because we're not going to take anyone else from Newcastle.
Maybe Bradman. That'd be it.
Nah, okay. Well, yeah, I was going to go Pappenhausen, but then I suppose we could save
You could take a Munster or
Money
something.
or Harry Grant or something like that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
reckon we go Ponga, yeah.
we've locked in Ponga. The wingers now. I'll throw Dom Young into the mix just as he was a leading try
Yeah,
scorer
so he's
last
going to be
year.
our only Rooster. Yeah, I'm sort of happy with that.
I'm pretty confident with him being our only Rooster, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, lock in Dom Young.
Centers,
Okay, this is a
Dustin
toughie.
Olam, because we're not taking any
Nah,
other
nah,
players.
The thing is, we only need 13 players. We don't
Nah.
need 17.
He is right.
Okay.
Who would you take from the
I
type?
think you take
Maybe
like a Herbie
Papali'i?
Farnsworth, only
Oh,
Jolton.
actually, Herbie, yeah.
Herbie.
He's a Dolphins now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or you could take Critter. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the partnership.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
centers will go Critter and
Herbie.
Herbie.
Other wing spot.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's do that. That's our only shot.
Fuck.
All right,
Shit.
so 6 do we go Money Munster?
Yeah, we get money for 6, I reckon.
7, I think we go Nathan Cleary.
You
Has to
have
be.
to.
8, all right, so we can't go... we could go Payne Haas. We haven't used
Yeah.
the Bronco yet.
Yep.
All right, 9, we can't go Harry
Hunt.
Grant.
Ben
Yeah, we
Hunt.
could go Ben Hunt. Is that cheating?
Will he could slot in there. He does
He's
it
played-
for
he
Queensland, he
plays
does it for
9 for-
Australia.
Yeah, let's go
Queensland and
Ben
Australia.
Let's go Ben Hunt.
Yeah.
10, do you
Lindsay
get
Yeah,
Collins.
Paulo?
No, we've already
We
got
already
a
got
Rooster.
Dom Young.
I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
take either Paulo or Campbell Gillard. Do we
Yeah.
go Junior Paulo?
Junior Paulo, yeah.
Paulo.
Yeah. All right,
Amole.
so Hamole, yeah, that's a good shout. The next second rower,
You have to get someone from Warriors, I think. We haven't done.
yeah, we could also grab a Elliot Whitehead from the Raiders
Yeah,
or
have we done Rays? Yeah, I don't think we are. Oh, we have
What
like
about
a couple of teams,
Cowboys?
yeah.
Cowboys. Yeah, do we go
Nanai.
Nanai?
He was well, he is a superstar.
Cotter's probably could play out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think.
Nah, Cotter might be our lock.
Yeah.
Who else? How many more clubs do we have?
Um,
So we've done
Raiders,
Melbourne.
Warriors. What was the last one we were just talking about?
We haven't done South
Cowboys,
Sydney.
Souths.
Souths. Do
Ooh,
you
I'm
go?
locking out our lock.
as
Save
Murray,
our lock
yeah.
for South.
Yeah.
Souths.
Go Cam Murray for a lock. So now we've still got fucking 12.
Screw it. We'll take Jeremiah and
Yeah,
Nanai.
we'll get Nanai. Yep.
Lock in now night. Okay, so
That's pretty decent team, I reckon.
go back through it. We had Ponga, Dom Young,
And
Brighton, Herbie,
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo,
Money,
Munster, Cleary, front row,
Payne Haas.
Payne Haas,
Ben Hunt,
Ben Hunt,
Junior
Paulo,
Amole.
Paulo,
Nanai, and Murray.
and Murray. All right,
That's a
the
pretty
team.
strong team.
That's a pretty decent
Off the top of
team.
our head, we're obviously missing so many players, but
Yeah.
it's a good question, and I think we did pretty good there.
That'll be the NRL All Stars team, mate. That's who we should take over to versus the Super League All Stars. That should be a game, I reckon.
We would absolutely wipe the floor. with
Would
them.
we? I
Would we?
mean, obviously the more
I mean, they
superior
are-
competition is.
They are starting to get stronger over there, but
They are, but they are. I still don't get it. Like they are the rejected NRL players go over there, and
yeah.
yet again they've beaten Nathan Cleary and the Penrith Panthers. Anyway, great question, Kyle. Loved it. Now the next question, I want to say. I don't even want to say it, actually. I want to say the person who asked it is a wank. That's what I was going to say. Will the Sharks continue to be flat track bullies in 2024? That is from
Yes.
Josh, our mate Josh Brescianini. Now, Josh is a Bulldogs fan, so let's start off with that.
So
a
he's
little
used to being bullied by
a little salty from the weekend where we beat them and they got us down to 12 players and we still fucking beat them.
You beat them by 6 points.
Yeah, and we didn't have a halfback captain.
Oh no, you didn't have Nico.
Yeah, he would have made the attack 10 times better. Then it would have been 50 to fucking 4. But anyway, Josh, yes, we are going to be flat track bullies and we're going to win the comp. So look forward to that. And we'll also be the World Club Challenge champions. Either of you guys want to answer?
No,
this?
yeah, you will continue to
Okay.
bully on a flat
You'll
track.
definitely be flat
Yeah.
track bullies still.
We do love flat track out at Cronulla
But
there.
they
The
won't win the comp.
stadium. It's very flat.
I heard there's a few divots in that.
Yeah. Hopefully that answered your question, Josh. And the Bulldogs are going to come last, so fuck you. Their attack is in shambles and they can't pick a halfback. Anyways.
Sexy time.
Next question. Who will finish higher on the ladder? Tigers or Dolphins? That's
Dolphins.
come from Scott Riley. Dan has
Dolphins.
fired away Dolphins immediately.
After this week's trial effort, you would have to say the Dolphins.
Yeah, look, I mean, we may as well get into it already. Like the NRL talks just around the corner. That game, Tigers' defense is in shambles.
And their attack was so slow.
Like that left side, how Moses Sully and Ravalawa stood off 4 or 5 people to score their tries.
And Jaden Sewell was peppering them on that side as well. I can't wait for that fucking edge all year.
I don't know what was up with Papali'i. Like, he's always been a pretty good defender, but he was
Yeah.
getting manhandled.
Probably looked like he was starting the game well.
Yeah,
But then Jaden Sewell just started fucking
bullying him.
bullying him and he just went to shit.
What I feel, sad for, not the Tigers fans, but a Tigers player who was discarded, David Nofaluma. He was on that side, and the fans blamed him for the tries down that side. Well, guess what, guys? You're
Dragon
still
scored 90% of their tries down that side.
you're leaking a shit ton of points, and there's no David Nofaluma there. So,
Funny how life works.
yeah. But look, we'll get into the NRL talk. We already digressed a little bit into it. But PVL signs for another 3 years. Let's go.
PVL.
Lord PVL has signed on after the most successful year for the NRL to date. Revenue we made 701 million, and that was 58 million profit. We have 260 million net assets, like the hotels and the stuff we've been buying up. Looking like we might buy the Super League. How's that?
That'd be interesting.
Sounds like a money pit, to be honest.
Yeah. Total viewership is up 14%, and we've gone to 178 million views this year. So that is some great stats.
Great stats. We love numbers on this podcast.
We are a numbers podcast.
And I reckon it's only up from here with PVL.
Yeah,
Like you look what he's doing with Vegas and
he's spreading the NRL to different countries. He's already looking at the Super League as a option.
potential. Yeah.
Yeah, and like again, it's just getting more profit, getting more viewership,
Getting
making
more
the game
eyes
bigger.
on the product.
Yeah. And I've heard like if we were to get the Super League, it would be they would play in our off season, so it's like
Yeah.
constant rugby league,
Yeah.
24/7.
Rugby league? What?
Oh mate, if that doesn't get you a little bit feeling
Telly?
something,
Bit telly?
yeah, mate. How good is PBL? Honestly,
PVL.
Fuck.
I hope he never leaves.
Those poor English bastards having to play in their winter back in the snow.
yeah. I also like. I don't know how he does it. He looks after New South Wales horse racing as well.
Yeah.
Like,
How much that man must have on his
Oh,
plate.
Yeah.
he's addicted to work.
100%.
I mean, he'd have managers and all that, like
Yeah.
under him, but
But even what he's done for New South Wales horse racing is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the bloody Everest is now one of the biggest races in the country.
yeah,
All because of Lord PVL.
Lord PVL, we love you, mate.
Mate, PVL, I hope you sign him for another 10 years because we need it.
Lifetime deals.
Lifetime deal. And, if you want to sign some couch commentators, I don't know, do any work for you, we're here.
Yeah.
I definitely need a job right now.
But more stuff that did happen. The preseason challenge was on if anyone cared. I didn't
Oh,
really.
so, didn't
even
Was it on?
There's football on what?
We didn't talk about it for the last 2 weeks. Broncos won the preseason challenge. So,
Like they needed the cash, didn't they?
yeah, they're a struggling club.
That's why, they put out the full strength team both weeks.
Yeah. The Broncos, mate. Congrats. Yeah, you won something. Obviously, you failed in the premiership last year. Sorry to rub some salt into the wounds of Moe.
Yeah, Moe.
100K richer for the club. It would have been the reserve grade team playing. I didn't watch it because
Yeah.
I didn't give a
Maybe they can spend it on Reece Walsh's education.
Yeah.
It shows their depth. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
But-
also are the one club in.
Yeah.
Of course, they should have depth.
Well, that's figured. They've got like 2 feeder clubs.
Yeah.
But the Raiders were close to winning it.
Yeah.
There was like a point in the game. I don't know how long was left.
First 5 minutes.
It was 30-26 against who they play on Sunday?
Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. 30-26. Cowboys are winning. This guy's 30 meters out from the line. No one in front of him. Kicks the ball. He could have scored and won him the game under the post, but he chooses to kick it to one of his other players.
Look, not the smartest people we've established at the Broncos there, but
No, that was a
Raiders.
Raider.
the Raiders. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, maybe you're not the smartest people.
Fuck yeah. Speaking of the smartest people, we have sent all of our smartest players over to Vegas. Las
Reece-
Vegas, baby.
Reece Walsh is there, man.
Yeah, mate. I'm sure nothing goes wrong while they're over there for the week.
If there's not a scandal that comes out after these games on Sunday,
Yeah.
I'll be surprised, honestly.
Seeing that Manly are not allowed to go on any dating apps or fornicate while they're over there.
no
is,
Tinder, no
And
nothing.
Tom
interesting.
Trbojevic is not allowed to run down the strip.
Yeah, I would love to see someone challenge him and him racing down there. But Vegas games are on this weekend. Looking forward to it. The 2 games as we have established already. Look, NRL in Vegas, mate. What more to say? The hype is getting more and more. I seen Jason Saab on one of their programs, one of their TV shows today, and they're hyping it up. And hopefully, it's a good game and they let it flow. I hope they play more of an Origin style game. That would be better.
Yeah, promote the code. Don't over ref it like some of
Yeah.
those trials have been over refed. Like, let them play.
Because the more penalties and this sort of stuff, the more the American fans are going to be going, what's going on? What's happening there? What was that for?
I've also seen one of the teams today was had the LA Rams
Yeah,
around and they were like catching balls and like
Yeah.
they've been mingling with all the NFL teams.
yeah. I seen Marty Tapau throwing a a touchdown.
Yeah.
I seen Magic Johnson getting a Brisbane Broncos jersey from Adam Reynolds as well. That was pretty cool. But yeah, look,
He's going to be like, this can go in the man cave somewhere.
they also made him look like he was like 5 foot nothing. But yeah, no, keen for the Vegas games.
Mate,
'cause,
it's the start of the NRL season.
start
Come
of the
on, boys,
NRL
get a bit
season.
pumped. This is round 0.
It's a split round. Like, how can you get
Yeah.
excited for 2 games? And then you got another 6 next week.
6, the big games, the big teams, the next week, obviously. But
Yeah, none of
Yeah.
our teams are good enough to go to Vegas.
not this year,
Not this
and probably not next year.
I know,
Definitely
did
not
you
for the
see
Dragons.
Parramatta beat the Titans? We're good.
Yo. Speaking of,
Evio, if you're listening, Vegas this year, Abu Dhabi next year.
yeah, yo, Abu
Maybe not.
Dhabi.
They've got plenty of money to spend.
Yeah, they got oil money.
Yeah, I was
They'll
going to say
make.
the oil princes.
The worst thing is they'd make their own league and then try and like poach up. Like, I like this game. I'm gonna buy it. But no, good stuff for Vegas, mate. But yeah, as James just said, Eels beat the Titans, Sharks beat the Bulldogs. Any key points from your trial you wanted to?
No, it was pretty standard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, the Titans hype may have taken a bit of a nosedive because they were thoroughly outplayed, but for Parramatta, it's like we knew that they could do that anytime.
Yeah, yeah.
You just had pretty much 4 shanks, didn't you?
So did Titans. They were just missing foreign.
And I thought Fafita
Oh,
wasn't playing
but
either.
Fafita's injured.
Oi,
Yeah.
oita.
Oi, Fafita.
Fafita won't be playing for the first couple rounds.
Yeah. How about you, Brennan? How'd your Sharks play?
Well, look,
Looks like we're going to be here for another 10 years.
tough. It was tough, actually. I think I said this on the weekend to the people I was drinking with, but it looked like we're going to struggle if one of our halves go down injured this year. Without Nico, it looked like we had the clunky attack going, where last year we had Nico Moylan and our replacement was Trindle, who's arguably a first-grade half. So now we don't have that next step up. So we have to train these younger generations into being NRL players. But
Yeah.
it didn't look too well, considering, as we said, only like 12 points against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Look, Nico will come back and our team will be better, obviously. But for that, I just didn't think the step up was.
I've also said it like it's a dangerous time to play the Bulldogs now. Like Parramatta has them in round 1, and now's where they're full of hope, full of energy,
Yeah.
full of excitement. They're playing like aggressive football. Like it's 5 or 6 weeks when they have an injury or 2 in the front row when they're starting to get depleted. That's when you want to play them.
I think I said to you on Friday night, like when we were sitting here watching the footy, that's a rough game for you because like it not only isn't a rivalry, but yeah, Bulldogs are always
Yeah.
hyped up, and Brandon just spilled his drink.
Yeah, Brandon showed how
Zoom
he
in on that.
Brandon showed how he feels about the Sharks. He's dirtying the jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Dragons look good, though. That was
Yeah, definitely.
promising signs.
As we said earlier, that edge of Sua, Tuli, and Ravalawa were looking good. Lomax looks good in the wing position.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can hold that for the rest of the year.
Is there a chance of an Origin Smoky of Lomax on the wing? If he obviously not him playing at that level, but if he
Goal kicking as
continues, yeah,
Yeah, it'd be an interesting.
really good in the air,
Yeah, it'd
strong
be
body.
interesting. But
Yep.
I'm really surprised with Jack Bird as well. Back under Flano, back in the centres.
Looks trim.
He looks good, yeah. And did you guys see on? I think it was when Flanagan got a head knock and had to go off. Ben Hunt was off the field at the time, and they were like, "Oh, who can we put on?" And Ben Hunt's gone to run out.
Yeah, he looks happy, doesn't he?
He looks happy, and then the coach is like, "Nah, sit back down."
Yeah.
Rest
And
yourself.
then put Jack Bird out instead. But yeah, it looked good that he's keen and eager to be getting on the field and
Look.
playing some footy.
We won't give you like too much credit. Like obviously it was just the Tigers.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
back-to-back
But
series
still,
with
yeah.
the Tigers. But no, it was good. You guys are looking good.
I would say that compared to last week, I think Kyle Flanagan looked
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, and
More
that
at
was
home.
always going to take some time. And
Yeah.
like, I felt bad putting you at last place, but it was also you weren't here when we were doing the ladder predictions, so it was fun. But yeah, like if you can play like that with that aggressive nature, like injuries will be a struggle for you because your front row isn't great, similar to the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So a couple of injuries there, it leaves you scrappy. But
Unfortunately, Blake Laurie has injured his ribs. I don't know the extent
Yeah.
of it.
I think they said
Right.
rib cartilage or something like that. So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be too long, but probably won't play.
But yeah,
first round
you've got
either.
a huge
Got
backline.
painkillers.
Huge backline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've got second rowers in your centres and pretty much on your wing as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've
then,
always said Moses Sully could play second row, and then
yeah,
then you have Tui Pelotti, who didn't do too bad as well. Like,
Yeah,
he's
like
just
as a backup
big
op-
unit
yeah,
there.
backup
he's
winger.
got a couple mistakes, but
Yeah.
he played well.
but yeah, he's your reserve grade winger right now.
Yeah.
Like
I still think your biggest depth issue is your fullback. I don't know if Salone's the man.
yeah, he
Yeah.
had some good moments, but there was that one try where he just got stepped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this young kid just like beat him and he just like stuck an arm out. And
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
like,
that It was soft.
yeah.
I said it all last year. Sloane's a turnstile.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the depth there is not good. It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
It'll be an interesting year for the Dragons, as James already said. Like most people tipped him for the spoon, so I don't think Flanagan will take that too lightly. But we'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. Now there was some sadder news. We have talked about a couple injuries, but Tom Gilbert has torn his ACL and will be out for the full year. Rest up, Tom. I hope you all the best recovery. Never easy for any player. He had the season-ending injury through last year as well, mid last year as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's never
That's
easy.
horrible news.
and it looked bad as well.
Yeah,
Like no contact on it at all. It was just
sniper
Yeah,
shot.
would-
they call it.
And the sort of pain that he looked to be, and it wouldn't be surprised if there's extra damage around there.
100%. Yeah, not good.
No, not good at all for Tom. And look, in a different light, James was talking about how stacked their forwards are, and they wouldn't be able to fit them all. It helps out a little bit,
Yeah,
but you never want to see that to any players.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like if you're someone like Ray Stone that was probably not making their bench, you go and
Yeah.
you might get a spot now, but have to watch my mate go through rehab.
But yeah, look, that's the NRL talk wrapped up, gentlemen. But we still have more NRL, boys. Because we're going to go for our NRL future bets. If someone wants to get the old sports bet, betting agency of choice, futures bets up, and we'll have a look and we'll see who we think Dally M player, premiers, and then we're just going to give a bold prediction as well. We'll go premiers first because I know that is on betting agency of choice. Dally M player, I don't think we're allowed to bet on that anymore ever since that one year.
Yeah, that was only last year, I think. But yeah, you're not allowed to anymore.
But for premiers, are we going? Myself, I'll be picking the Melbourne Storm. Look, I think they've added some depth to their second row options, and I think if Munster can go firing this year, Pappenhausen gets a full year at fullback, they are a side to beat. How much is that paying? If I was
$10 on a certain betting agency.
Ooh, $10 isn't too bad. Cheeky bet on that would be nice. James, who you picking, mate?
So who'd you go?
I went Storm.
You went Storms, Melbourne Storms. If I was to go a bit of a rogue choice, so I don't want to be boring and say Penrith. I think Broncos will be up there, but I don't think they'll win it. I'm gonna go a South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Ooh,
Interesting.
that is a very bold choice with the injuries they've had lately.
Yeah, good point. Parramatta Eagles.
Dragons.
Bold strategy, Carton.
So they're missing Campbell Graham. Who else are they missing?
That Munro. It wasn't not too
yeah.
much, but yeah, like that.
So that's the thing. They would
Couple injuries.
start the season a bit slow. They'll get Campbell Graham towards the end of the year if they're in a good spot. If the big thing for them, it's same as like your Manly's, same as your Newcastle. So much relies on if their legendary skillful fullbacks stay
Yeah.
fit. Like all three of them could either be outside of the 8 or in the 8 and
Depending on
challenging
one
for the
player.
title, depending on one player. Yeah.
Yeah, no, nice pick. Look, it's the outsider, but good odds as well. Now,
Yeah, they're at 950. Yeah.
$9.50. They're cheaper than Melbourne. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dan, mate, who would you pick for this
Mate,
year's?
Like,
I mean-
I know I said Penrith are going to be first and all. As James said, it's a boring pick. Like, they'll be going for 4 in a row. It's just, who wants to see Penrith go 4 in a row?
That's true.
Not this bloke. So I'm going a very fucking smoky.
Ooh.
I'm going the New Zealand Warriors.
The year of the was.
RTS and Sean Johnson linking back up. And RTS looks like he was playing well. So
Yeah, RTS looks like he's come back and
looks like he's 21 again.
Yeah, hasn't missed anything. Like he's just back and he's filling into center perfectly. Like he did play like obviously in Union, that was kind of more of his position.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems to be a weapon. And those tackles he's putting on is crazy.
Crazy.
So I mean,
they're also at a cheeky $19.
$19 up the waz, Dan is saying.
Up
And
the
we'll
waz.
now pick our Dally M player. Have we done this? I don't know, but we're going to
think
do
we-
it
I think we
anyway.
did- I think we
I think
did.
this is a listener question
Yeah.
before. But where do you say it? I think I'll be picking Nico Hines again. I believe I said that last time, and I think the easy draw, he got, third place last year, first place the year before. He just knows how to score points for Dally M's.
Look, I'm going to contradict a lot of things that I've said here because, for one, I've said, I think last time I said it, I said Nico. I've also, in my top 8 prediction, I didn't have Manly in the 8, but I'll just have fun and I'm going to pick Tom Trbojevic.
Fuck yeah.
Tom Trbojevic.
Me too.
Mate, if he plays
well,
close to 20 games,
he should smoke the field. Like, Dan, mate, who would you pick for the Dally M?
The man who was robbed in 2023, Shawnee J.
Johnny Joy.
back it up.
Yeah, look, if they're winning the premiers, he's got to have
Yeah.
a year of all years.
What do you mean? Can't you contradict yourself like me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ben Hunt. They're going to come second last, but he's going to get the Dally M.
Dally M. I mean, it almost happened last year.
Yeah, that's a good point. He came like 5th or something.
All right, next prediction, lads. Top try scorer. I've just thought off the top of my head. Who are you picking top
For the
try
whole,
scorer
like,
for this year, mate?
who was it
try
last
scorer.
year?
Dom
Dallin,
Young.
wasn't it?
Dom Young.
I had Dom Young.
But he's going outside, I think, Luhan's Joey Manu now.
Yeah.
Fully for hands.
I think, if you don't mind me taking the first
Let's
pick,
go for him, mate. Yeah.
I'm sticking with my Warriors theme. The man that I just said,
Dallin.
Dallin, DWZ, Rocks and Diamonds,
Beauty.
to have a fucking standout year again.
The flying perm.
Mate, I seen it. I was watching the Warriors game and just seeing him run.
Yeah.
Fucking, he was flying.
Seeing that hair flow in the wind, it's a sight.
I'd
It's
love
a
to have
sight.
that hair.
Now, James, who are you picking, mate?
Look, before this week, I had a feeling of Mike Acevo, but he's going to be missing the first 3 weeks, which could be his problem throughout most of the season with suspensions.
Yeah, how was that? Last year was Ryan Madison because he just wanted to not to take a fine. Now
Now
that
Acevo.
Acevo goes,
Yeah, I might as well take the 4 weeks. But I'll try not to contradict myself this time. Because if Souths win it, you would imagine Alex Johnson is going to score a shitload.
Okay.
He's probably short favourite to win it.
Yeah.
I think he scored 20 tries in the last 5 years or something like that.
He really knows how to score tries.
He's looking to break Ken Irvine's
He's-
record in the next year or two.
Paying $7.
Yeah.
Dallin with Tenny Selzniak's paying $8.50. Who'd you
Yeah.
say, Brent?
I haven't said anyone
Yeah.
yet, but I will be picking my man, my boy. I put him in the team earlier, Ronaldo Mulatalo.
He's paying $14.
$14. I think Ronaldo's always up there, but he just never has a full year injury free. So touch wood that he plays a year injury free, and he might get up there for tries. He's outside Talakai, who just loves to pass.
Yeah.
So, and then Tricky Trindle, we've seen his kicking game over the first couple games. So maybe some more tries for Ronaldo. But now our bold predictions, lads. I want the boldest predictions you can come up with. We'll start off, and I'm going to go Luke Brooks for Dally M 5'8" of the year. Lock that in, punters. Dan, mate, what are you going to pick?
I'm going to do a James here and contradict myself.
Yeah, okay.
Dragons to make the 8.
Oh!
Like,
Yeah.
that's not being biased or anything.
Yeah.
I think Shane Flanagan footy
The
honestly
grind.
gets us there.
The grind set.
Yeah.
The grind mindset. James, mate, what's your bold prediction?
For a second I was going to say Tigers to win another spoon. But
That's not very
Yeah,
bold.
yeah.
It's sort of bold, but like it's not bold enough, is it? So I really
That's
need
just
to
guessing the future.
yeah, really need to dig in deep, and I'm going to go. I'm sorry, Dan. The Warriors to miss the 8.
That's his bold prediction. The Wars.
So-
Down the Wars.
Yeah, down the wire. Sorry.
Wow. After Dan's just hyped them up so much, the Warriors fans have
Look,
now.
one of us
turned
could be
off.
right.
Imagine the Dragons do make the 8. Like, fuck, I'll have a half chub all year.
Hey, yo.
So what's your boldy, Brandon?
Mine was Luke Brooks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
LM 5'8". I could go another one and say, Sharks would win the comp. But I don't know.
I didn't want to
I say that every week. So.
I didn't want to contradict you, but I've got a feeling of like Dylan Brown being 5'8" of the year.
Yeah. Like, look, I say it every week. Sharks will win the comp. So, like, is it bold? I don't know.
Dylan Brown needs to keep his hands off things to get
Yeah.
get 5'8". Yeah.
Para to make top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a bold one. That's a bold one. Yeah, good stuff. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed
Sharks
that.
to win a semi-final.
Beat a top 8 team. We did. We already did it. Shut your mouth.
Sharks not to be flat track bullies.
Shut your mouth. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gamble responsibly on those if you do. Or let us know who you think are going to be Dally M Premier's top try scorer. Bold prediction.
Yeah, look, I've got a futures bet on of like Pappenhausen for top point scorer, but then he wasn't kicking goals in these trials, so that's a waste of money.
Who was the goal kicker?
Can't remember.
Manny.
Yeah, Manny was. Yeah.
Amy. You reckon he gets a start? He must be.
Centre,
Yeah.
yeah.
Centre.
Yeah, he's
Oh, wow.
playing centre.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. But now, no Lucas for horse racing, but I have wrote down a couple things that I did watch. So I will. I'll bring up Mr. Brightside does again. I'm Mr. Brightside wins the Futurity Stakes. Cruised home. Pericles a second place, but it was like by 3 lengths. $1.50, I think, probably backed into like $1.40 by the end of the
Yeah, I was seeing some cheap odds going around.
So the people that cheered him on at the pub, they probably had like $1,000 to make any money at all.
Or they're like us idiots that like the horse and like singing the song.
I think Mr. Brightside was starting to get the wings on.
Yeah, look, it's racing so well. There's got to be claims to it being one of the best in Australia, or the best in Australia. Interesting when it goes up against Fangirl. That'll be a mighty fine race. I'm sure Lucas knows which race that'll be, but I do not. But yeah, no, great to see that. But you know what else is great to see? Jamie Carr gets her 10th G1 win, Group 1 win, and that was on the Blue Diamond, and that was Hayasagi.
Yeah, Hayasugi. Yeah.
Was it? Did we bring this horse up maybe the other week?
Yeah, I feel like I remember
because me and Lucas were talking about Japanese, and because there was the other one that was like Korea or something like that.
Yeah. And Lady of Camelot was the tip Lucas was giving us to win it. Hayasagi stormed down the outside and got the win. It was great sights, and as I said, great to see Jamie Carr getting another win, shouting the bar, as some would say. Did either of you guys see the race at all?
No, I wasn't. I was watching a fair few of the trials. I wasn't watching the races so much.
Yeah. But as I said, it was a storm down the outside. It was a close race, but Hayasagi, great race. I'm sure onto bigger and better things. Now we go to the Oakley Plate. This is where Lucas's top tip went to shit. King's Gambit, the favourite, $4 favourite to be fair. Nowhere to be seen. Not in the placing.
Quite disappointing.
Human gets the win over Hypothetical. This race was actually really good if you did get to see it. This race, they both were... they gapped the field by like probably as about 3 bus lengths again, but they were both racing neck and neck, and Human gets the win right at the end there. And again, Lucas just can't punt, guys. He is
he got those 3 in a row by pure luck at the start.
Yeah, it was luck. was luck. Dan's almost caught him with one bet, mate.
I was gonna say, I can't believe I'm sitting at last place right now.
No, you've got me. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, because my
Am I in
only
second?
you would be. Yeah.
I'm in second.
The turns have tabled.
Lucas, I'm coming for you, mate.
I only got Mr. Brightside as a win at
Oh,
$2.
so I'm at 280 at least.
Yeah.
I think I got Zugotcha at 460 or something.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
You've climbed the rankings, and look, Dan, you could get top punter here. Is there a world? That's my bold prediction. Is there a world that happens?
Couch commentators' bold predictions.
Yeah.
Dan gets fucking
Top punter.
From last to first, the Dan story.
Well, the NRL's back, so like this is where you shine.
Look,
This is where Dan's dumb decision comes back.
Oh,
Look,
God.
Matty C may have been saying to me, this is where you do your best work, James.
Yeah. The multis will be back this week. But another horse that made big strides over in Australia has gone back to Hong Kong, and J-Mac on Romantic Warrior wins the Hong Kong Gold Cup. Another massive race. I don't know if you've seen it, but very similar to the last race I talked about. In Romantic Warrior wasn't winning the race, but she comes back and then fights tooth and nail next to forgetting the name of the horse, but fights tooth and nail to get the win. J-Mac rides another victory for Romantic Warrior.
Another smash and grab in Hong Kong.
Yeah, look, he is going gangbusters on Romantic Warrior, and the fact that they've now pretty much he's the jockey of Romantic Warrior. He comes over, he wins the races for him.
He's the man.
He's the man. Like, he won the bloody Caulfield Cup over here. But yeah, Romantic Warrior. We love a good warrior, to be fair. The couch commentators and
Wigan
good seeing-
Warriors.
Yeah, the Wigan Warrior. Well, that's something we didn't talk about. Oh, well, how did we forget that? The Wigan Warriors. Talking about Warriors, we'll just go back there.
Let's just go back to NRL.
Yeah,
Rewind into the NRL. Wigan Warriors destroy the Penrith Panthers.
Controversially.
Very
the most
controversial.
clean, unbiased game.
Yeah, unbiased refereeing, unbiased touch judge, unbiased video refs. They were all
Yes, that's right.
very.
I forgot. Fuck Penrith.
Yeah. No, the game was very close. There was a lot of calls that Penrith fans are salty about, which is something you don't get to see too often. So it is great to see.
Penrith fans are just salty they had to wake up at fucking 6:30 in the morning.
To see their team lose.
Yeah.
And they had work the next day.
And they had work the next day. Jerome Law, you got work the next day. But there was one try in talks. There was like other ones people also complain about. But this one, what did you think of it, lads? I'm sure you've seen it by now. The one where he scores a try about 3 meters short of the line. Think it was a try or not?
Oh, man. I can't believe the ref put that up as a try, and can't believe the video ref said he didn't have evidence
to overturn it.
overturn it.
Because it's against Penrith, it's a try.
Yeah.
But in the spirit of the game,
In the spirit of the
that's
game.
shit, eh?
Well,
Honestly.
I'm not sure if the Taylor May try at the end. I think it was
Yeah.
Taylor May. I'm not sure if his one was one, but
Because you pulled the other one,
know
that's right,
I
yeah.
know the Wigan setter's try is not a try.
Mate, Pierce Morgan, the spirit of the game.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah.
And then you got the. Did you see the Liam Martin strip as well?
No, I didn't get that one.
So 3 men in the tackle, 2 men drop off. Liam Martin takes it. This is like with 3 minutes to go, 10
Yeah.
meters out from Wigan's line, and somehow they blow the penalty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look.
Come back to the old days of the stripping rule.
Yeah, it's shocker.
That's tough. I know now that's what 4 wins for Wigan in the World Club.
No, that's their 5th. It's
Fifth,
the
yeah.
4th time Penrith have lost.
Have lost.
Like the
that's it.
last 3 and then one
Yeah, Penrith
previously.
suck. You know what was a good sign to see? It was Bevan French, the man of steel.
Oh,
Just being a man of steel, that pass to set up that try was amazing.
yeah. And did you see, like, he was offside, but the disallowed try?
No.
No, so they
I think I've seen this, but
scrum play, and you just get reminded of how rapid
Oh,
Bevan
yeah,
French is. They
Yeah.
they kick, so they have a scrum in the middle of the field. They pass left. They kick back towards the post. Bevan French is on the right hand side of the scrum. Just outruns everyone. with
Yeah.
Ease.
Do you think there's a world that, and surely an NRL team, Dragons, any other team that
Yeah.
need a fullback should be looking at
5'8",
him.
5'8", he's been
5'8",
playing. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm. Yeah, if I'm the Raiders or Dragons, I'm hitting him
Yeah.
up.
I think the game has changed since he was last in the game to the fact NRLs.
He's also bulked up a bit. He's
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah, I did see
He's-
that. He looks a lot bigger.
And he's obviously still got the speed. He's developed as a player. Like, imagine him outside of Ben Hunt. Like, that's a good halves partnership.
Nah, I reckon he'll be fullback.
Yeah. Well, it's even
Playing
still,
fullback.
he could easily do both. But
Yeah.
the reason why I reckon he's more of a 5'8" is because Jai Field, who was more of a half, was playing fullback for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I wish Dryfield stayed in the NRL.
Yeah.
He was good as Dragons 20s.
Well,
But
he looked quite good in that game as well.
yeah,
And
it's crazy. Like, I think we talked about it already. Like the rejects, NRL, like oldies go over there, and they still can perform so well and get the job done against the best team of the NRL. Some could say arguably ever, or
yeah.
just in our modern generation. Like,
I think I'm probably about to say the same thing as James. I don't know if I am. But Bevan French and Dryfield went over there as like mid-20s.
rejects, people
yeah.
that weren't strong enough or good enough. To,
Well,
Yeah.
that's like Bevan French was just a bit unlucky at the time. Parramatta lost Semi Raja and ended up having 3 small guys at the back. So, and he was off contract, so we needed to find some size. So we signed Blake Ferguson
Yeah.
and let him go.
sort of like, honestly, I can see a world where he would come back, but would he want to come back? He's killing it over there. Like,
I think he would, like, me personally, if I was him, I'd want to come back to prove myself
yeah.
that you can
Well,
do
I'm
it in
pretty
the NRL.
pretty sure before this game he'd mentioned that he would like to come back and
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, as we've thrown up the Dragons, but I'm sure there's other teams that need a fullback.
fucking Raiders have about 4 or 5 of them that they can't decide
that
on.
are average.
Yeah.
Tigers will need one next year once
Dream.
Dream goes
Yeah.
The
to
Roosters.
the
Yeah,
Roosters.
yeah. But no, yeah, that was horse racing wrapped up. So
I just want to say, going back to horse racing, how much do you reckon J-Mac has, like, money?
oh fuck, millions,
Billions.
You'd have to think
Billions.
he's fucking mad rich.
loaded. I like I was talking about this again on the weekend. Craig Williams doesn't ride too many horses, but gets to ride Brightside and probably has made that much money from just riding Brightside.
Mate, Willow's a legend.
Yeah, no, Willow's raced like big horses back in the day and more races before that, but you don't see him in like too many of the big races. But yeah, he gets to ride Mr. Brightside like every race and just win.
Just knows how to ride him.
Yeah, loves riding Mr. Brightside. Horse racing done. No Lucas. Obviously, he would have gave more in-depth analysis, but you know, as we already said, he doesn't even get horses. So why do we need his in-depth analysis?
Yeah.
I guess.
Might as well make me the horse guru.
Yeah. Well, you might overtake him soon. To be fair. So. But that's all for the podcast, gents. Nothing else to add.
Tipping comp.
Tipping comp, join it.
There's not that many people in it at the moment.
I haven't made a post on Instagram yet, so we might get a couple more by this time the podcast is out. But yeah, join the tipping comp, join the
Supercoach, fantasy. It all
Supercoach.
starts this week, boys.
It all
Pretty
starts.
much have till Sunday.
It's so weird how the fantasy Supercoach is going to work. Like, you got this first 2
you got to at
games,
least have your players that you want out of these ones selected.
and then you have a break, and you can still make more trades
Like-
while in between weeks. kind
Like
of
getting
thing.
into the nerdy stuff, like the Brendan Hands or Joey Lussick.
Yeah.
But then it looks like from that trial, you go, oh, they might be playing both of them,
Yeah.
but you won't be able to move it to a Brandon Smith after Team List Tuesday because he's already played the week before.
Yep. Look, it's rough, but look, we still wanted to see. We want to see the game progress, and Vegas is a big thing. It's massive.
Yay.
1% of the American population, James, and we could be
Yeah.
billionaires. But yeah, that's all for the podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Our best bets are obviously going to be on Instagram. We post the videos, we post the bets. And look forward to backing Dan into another winner this week, mate. And James.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to target, is it the Broncos-Roosters game?
Ooh.
Uh,
Couple of try
yeah.
scorers in that game, mate.
Yeah, that's all.
I think it is Broncos.
That's my target for this week. I'll have a bit of a multi on for that.
All right. Well, that's all for the podcast. We'll see you guys next week, and happy punting.